Hello, children. Hello. Here is this morning's story. Are you ready? Then we'll begin.
Hello, people. I am Silverwolf20 with part 2 of Let's Play. I mean, not Let's Play. God, I'm so used to saying Let's Play. Let's read Katawa Shoujo. In the last episode, we basically made it to the prologue, if I'm not mistaken. And just to reiterate, this is a blind reading. I've never read this before. And once again, Red Trickster, or Red Star, Red King, my only fan, is with us. And he's agreed to do voice acting. Why don't you explain what you're going to be doing?
I'm going to be voice acting every female character.
And I will be voice acting the males. So, hopefully, that will make things a little bit more entertaining. But odds are it's just gonna... you know what? It shouldn't be that bad. Alright, what kind of accent do I want to give this guy now? You know what? Let me give him the southern accent for now. If I get bored of it, I'll change it. But at the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Oh, gotta click. Fade to white. Enter more music. And a male Act 1, Life Expectancy. Okay, so yeah, now we're finally getting into an act of the game. And we are at the gates of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Bullshittery. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, the gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. I wondered if it looked like what a gate for a school should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course, I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. Moving forward feels good. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace going, yeehaw! I'm alone, as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Actually, you know what? 1 second. I'm pretty sure this is going to be too loud. Words like clean and hygienic pop into my mind. It makes me shudder. I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes up the ass. That's what I tell myself in the incredible world of Hogwarts. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head it doesn't quite feel like one. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kinda eerie. Makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. Makes me think about hospitals again. How they say that the operating rooms are painted green because green is a common color. But green just makes me rage because it looks like the spinach that I hate so much. So why am I feeling so anxious to stop all this greenery? ... And why do I hear dishes?
1 second.
Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprise myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back. Even if I had no life I could return to. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. I'm stranded here forever. Feeling nervous, and with this realization set in my head, I opened the front door to the boiler room where Freddy Krueger's awaiting. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Let's see, what kind of voice should I give him? You must be Nikki. Nakai, or Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a brief check-in visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going to introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable in a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? Yes, yeah, of course, or why? Sure, why not? Yes, of course. Yeah, sure. I mean, isn't that normal? Of course, but not everyone likes to be at the center of attention. I'm probably one of those people, but I guess I should be one to give it a try. Right, but it's no problem. Let's go then. It's time to introduce. My heart's pounding in my chest and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down, the third floor. The third door down, the third floor corridor is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. I'm looking at this horrible, horrible picture that's in front of my face. He looks like he got hit too many times by Jason's machete. Freddy has the claws. They are real good at making salad, but not much else. And get a grip. This is a big step. I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it. At least not this soon. I followed the teacher into the classroom and looked around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. It's pretty spacious, the ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around and in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. Like my home. Weird. I stopped walking in front of the classroom and faced the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then I noticed that one of the girls seems to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Despite the natural tendency to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it will make her invisible.
That would be one of the characters of the game.
And those pots are really annoying.
Sorry.
There's one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. One fat guy in the corner is snoring away as if he doesn't have a care in the world, or he's trying to figure out what he wants to eat for lunch. It's kinda repulsive, really. She's kinda cute. So is the cheery looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hands and so does everyone else, except one girl in the first row who only has one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. A collective silence tells me that I should open my mouth now. So, I'm Hiseo Nakai. And after that, my hobbies are reading and soccer. I hope to get along well with everyone, even though I'm a new student. I'm not even reading after that. I'm being so boring. This is exactly like every self-introduction ever. Should I say something more exciting? I end up saying nothing, and the teacher picks up from there. Everyone seems to be satisfied, even with what little I said, though. A few girls are whispering to each other, throwing glances at me. It could have gone worse. I listen to the teacher as he drones about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bandaged stump. Makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so I'll give you a chance to talk with everyone. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
That's good. You work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She will teach you a lot. In this boring school. She can explain anything you might want to know. And who else would be able to do that better, right?
How can I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3.
Okay, noise is gone. It hits that.
Wrong voice! It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my helpless expression.
Oh, right. Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and gold eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window.
Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter.
It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi. I'm Misha. This is Hakamichi Shi-chan.
Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her.
Oh, they're open? Damn. Oh. Hang on.
Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully neat brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue. Fuck! How do you go back?
Up scroll on the scroll wheel.
Scroll wheel? Where's the scroll wheel?
On your mouse.
That wasn't the way I wanted to go. Wow, it's going... Damn it! Text history... Okay. She has short yet carefully neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures with her hands. She nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like you'll be able to talk to people, and who better to explain things to you.
I can see you're a little confused, right? I understand why you would think that I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She says it's nice to meet you too. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? He seems to be a very interesting person, doesn't he? We knew there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today so soon. He-chan, right?
He-chan?
Yep, it fits, doesn't it?
Not really. It kind of makes me sound like a weirdo. Did I say it out loud? It's just a surprise. I've never liked that nickname. I don't really see how.
It fits. You look just like I imagined. Ha ha ha! You look just like a He-chan.
Wonder why everyone seems to think so. Takamichi taps her fingers on the desk to get Nisha's attention. They gesture back and forth to each other excitedly. Their hands are blurred. Nisha seems a little overwhelmed.
Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there's anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it.
Nisha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out of her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that was pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kinda came straight to class today.
Ha ha ha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with the school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan? Ha ha ha.
Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly. But anyway, I don't say anything, and Misha signed something that ends in a shrug. What was that? Seems like it was about me. I feel like something over in my seat. Both of them are smiling, but that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. Deeply? What?
You look down, are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahaha.
That laugh is annoying, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Alright.
And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Okay, maybe that's a little too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine.
Okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier. Especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess.
Alright, we haven't even touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad.
The assignment is also kinda long, so should we start now if we want to finish it before the end of class?
Wahaha, that too.
Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. Don't say anything yet. I want to say something. 24. Okay, continue.
After class, we can talk or take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay?
The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class. Despite our late start, Shizune and Misha are very capable.
What?
They're quite different, though. The class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily.
Playful and girlish like me?
Yes, like you. Hi, Greg.
Hi! I thought I would interrupt you mid-recording, just to troll.
Yeah. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. Kinda like Greg. Everyone else does all the work and he just lays there and takes it.
Oh baby. See you guys later.
That was absolutely pointless.
Watch PCN!
Time to edit that out in post-production. Clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. I think that's a good place to end off.
Okay.
So, on the next time, we will go more into Act 1, I guess. I don't know how much more is left, but I've only had to make one choice in this entire episode. That doesn't really feel like a game to me, but we'll see as more happens, I guess. So, I am Silver. He is Red Trickster. We'll see you guys later. Peace.
Bye.